there, friends and sane persons, and welcome to another episode of Wednesday Whimsy. My name is Kyle, and Wednesday Whimsy is a short show I do every Wednesday evening where I talk about a board game, a top 10, or some other board game-related topic, whatever happens to be on my mind. We don't need that chair there, do we? All right, so today my topic is something that's kind of been on my mind a bit because of a recent Kickstarter experience I had. And this is the topic of Flypaper games. So Flypaper, of course, is a device you use to control flies, and it's a sticky, usually yellow paper that a fly will see and be attracted to, and then it's glue, and the fly sticks to it and dies. So this isn't a positive category, but there are some games and some publishers that are kind of like Flypaper to me. There's more than 10. I'm only going to give you 10, but I'm going to give you 5 kind of game lines, and then 5 publishers that no matter what they're doing, I go back to the well again and again and again, and I know I shouldn't, but I do. Now, again, I probably could do 10 or 15 publishers and several many game lines, but I'll keep it to 5 and 5 of each. So let's just get going. So the first I'm going to do the 5 games that I find to be like Flypaper to me, and then I will do the 5 publishers. So the first one. This is a game series, and it's recently announced a new game line, and I found myself starting to get excited for it. And then I remembered I have several versions of it already that I've never played. I've played one of the versions. I played it a lot. I liked it. These aren't bad games, with one exception. These are good games that I like. I just feel compelled to buy, even if I might never play them. The first one I'll talk about is Chronicles of Crime. So I like this game. It's good. It's this app-based game where you're going to be scanning stuff, trying to figure out a mystery of some sort. And I have played it a few times. I like it. Apparently, I can't show. There we go. The problem, though, is there's some logistical issues with it. Once you get started playing it, it starts to feel a little. It can be difficult to get the game. You can figure out the solution to the puzzle, but it can be difficult to get the game to help you kind of get to the next step, just because of the way that it works out. But it's kind of a solo puzzle, basically. You scan stuff, you're trying to figure stuff out. You might do it with friends as well, but it's a very fun interaction. The problem is that there are so many different versions of it, and I kind of start to feel like I'm compelled to keep buying them just in case I eventually want to play them, even though I haven't even played all of the scenarios that came with the base game. So that's my number 5, Chronicles of Crime. My number 4 is not a specific game. Right? It's kind of a cheat, but it is the cooperative dungeon crawl, especially one with minis. This could be something like Descent. It could be something like, well, actually, let's go to the one I really like. I could almost put this one on here as Massive Darkness. Maybe I'll change it to Massive Darkness. I like Massive Darkness. I like it a lot. I like cooperative dungeon crawls a lot. No, this is, it looks like I'm showing number 1. I mean Massive Darkness 2, which I like better. Massive Darkness 2, let me just see if I can change this here. Let's just change it to Massive Darkness. But it's really a stand-in for all cooperative dungeon crawls, especially with minis. These are large. They take up a lot of space. They take up a lot of time. Often there's a campaign, though fortunately Massive Darkness doesn't have one, and I am just drawn to them. I mean, this is like the flame that I am a moth drawn to. I would buy these all the time, but I usually will play them a few times and then kind of move on to something else. I have a lot of them that I have played a lot and enjoyed a lot and then never really gone back to. Fortunately, Massive Darkness isn't one of those. I'm looking forward to some new stuff eventually, but I find that I am inexplicably drawn to this type of game, and it's like Flypaper to me. All right, let's go on to my number 3 game. This is one that I actually, this one kind of hurts because I keep buying it. This game is D-Day Dice. D-Day Dice is a game, it's a cooperative or solo game set in World War II. It was one of the first Kickstarters that I remember getting. And it's a good game, but there's a lot going on. There's a lot of expansions and modules and cards what you're really doing is kind of Yahtzeeing your way through it. You're going to be rolling some dice, re-rolling some, keeping some, and eventually trying to make certain combos. You're trying to have enough life to kind of get out of a segment and move up to the end. And ultimately, the goal is to survive until the end of this battlefield, and win. And I have bought every iteration of this game that there is. I bought first edition. I bought second edition. I bought the upgrade pack. I bought the Pacific scenarios. I have a new set that's coming. I can't stop with this game. But I kind of get it. I play it a few times, and then I'm like, oh, this is good. I should play it more. And then I put it away and don't get it out for another year or two. It is absolute flypaper for me. Let's go on to my number 2. My number 2 is a big problem because it's a big game, and this is Thunderstone Quest. Thunderstone Quest, let's see if I can find it here, is a big game. It's really just a deck builder at its core, and it's gone through several iterations. The Quest edition is kind of the best one, but what you're doing is kind of going through this dungeon, and you're exploring, but you're really buying cards. There's 2 types of currencies. It was one of the earlier deck builders. 2 types of currencies, and ultimately you're trying to beat a boss at the end, and if you do beat the boss, then you'll get some points. There's some minis that don't need to be there, but here's the real problem. I mean, this thing is in huge boxes with lots and lots of cards. Now, if you're going to play through a quest, that's nice, that's fun, but many times what you really want to do is just sort of play a scenario. And it's very difficult to organize, and it's difficult just to play a scenario, honestly, because it's kind of built to be like a campaign-type quest. And I love the game. I think it's a lot of fun, but it's so much that I never get it out. In fact, I can't even remember the rules from one session to another. Yet I continuously keep buying this game, and it's kind of a problem. So that's my number 2, Thunderstone Quest. And my number 1 is the game, not the one that caused me to think of this list, but the game that I keep buying again and again and again, even though I swear I'm not going to, and yet I do. This game is Zombicide. Let me see, I'll put out the 2012 version. I mean, I've liked iterations of this game. I did not really like the first one, but because it's got lots and lots of problems to it. Zombicide is, oh, here you go. I really like the Marvel Zombies version, but what this is it's a cooperative exploration or zombie survival game. You're going to have lots of zombies that are coming at you. You have a scenario you're trying to go through. You're trying to, fight back the zombies and usually find something, get to an exit. There's some sort of thing that's going on. There's lots of problems with the first edition. First of all the scenarios are for 6 players. And if you don't have 6 players, you got to control 6 characters. Otherwise, it's woefully imbalanced. There's lots of weird rules about searching for stuff, and some zombies you can't kill. It is just a mess. Now, in later iterations, they fixed a lot of those things. Sometimes they keep going back to some rules that don't work, but for the most part, the Marvel Zombies kind of fixes everything, and I really wish I had not purchased any more Zombicide after Marvel Zombies. Yet I did, and I keep doing it. Fortunately, or unfortunately, or for whatever it is, I think CMON has sold this property on due to some financial difficulties, and I don't know how well it's going to be supported in the future. So hopefully I won't feel pressed to buy it. But this was a problem for me for a while, and it still kind of is because it's a lot of huge boxes, and I have nowhere to keep them. So that is my my number 1 Flypaper game, Zombicide. So now let's talk about some publishers. Now, I'm going to tell you, I did not have CMON on here. And the reason I don't have CMON on here, CMON would be my number 1. But they kind of seem to be kind of shuttering. They seem to have gone through some financial difficulties and sold off lots of their games. So I'm not sure if the lights are even still on there. They still owe me some games. But we're going to talk now about publishers that when they put something out, I buy it. I just do. Even if I don't like it, even if I'm not going to like it. Maybe I always hope I'm going to like games, but sometimes I really feel like I'm compelled to do so. And let's just talk about them. Number 5, Portal Games, Polish publisher, Ignacy Trzewiczek. I have liked a lot of his games. I really like the Imperial Settlers line. I like all 3 of them, the one that's called 51st State, as well as Imperial Settlers and Empires of the North. I like Hiroshima Hex. I've not liked a lot of their other games. They had this 11 game that came out about soccer, almost unplayable. They have this recent weird deck builder about being a Bohemians. This about being an artist. Didn't really like that one. They had Porter, which was also okay. Yet I still buy them. I mean, I watch his videos. He says, "Oh, this game's going to be great," and I pre-order it. Recently, they announced this is why they made their list. They recently announced another edition of Hiroshima Hex. I love Hiroshima Hex. I thought about buying it, but I already have everything that's Hiroshima Hex. I mean, maybe there's some new armies I don't have, but I certainly don't need the base set again. Yet, the thought came across my mind, well, maybe we should buy this. And that's a problem, right? That's what makes me think this is a Flypaper publisher to me. So my number 5, Portal Games. Whereas Portal Games is very focused, Capstone Games, my number 4, is not focused. They sort of just bring over a lot of big Euro games from Europe. And sometimes they're great. I really like Ark Nova. I really like the Maracaibo, Pirates of Maracaibo line. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoy some of these Czech games, the Pink Troubadour games that they bring over are usually pretty good, but they also bring over a lot of weird crap that I don't like. I recently played a game called Raising Chicago, and I hated it. I bought it from them because I just kind of saw it on their site, and I thought, yeah, maybe I'll buy it. I really shouldn't have, because when I finally played it, it was terrible. But yet, it is a publisher that when they put something out, I feel compelled to buy it. My number 3 is kind of like that as well. This is Eagle Gryphon Games. Every year they put out a large Vital Lacerda game. And those games are, I mean, if that were a category, maybe it is. They could have been a Flypaper category for me. These games, I just think I'm going to like them. They're always great productions. More often than not, I don't like them. I mean, there have been a couple real stinkers that have come out. Weather Machine was awful. Inventions I kind of liked, but nobody else did. There's the Speakeasy game that's gotten some positive reviews, but I have it upstairs not played yet because I'm worried. Really, I'm kind of chasing the highs that they gave me back in the day, yet when the Great Library game came out on Kickstarter, I instantly backed it. It's a problem. I mean, this is a Flypaper publisher for me. Look, many of their games are good, I'm sure. I really love Rococo, for example, but I buy them even though I probably shouldn't. Number 2 is the company that has taken the most money from me as a Flypaper publisher. If we don't count CMON, that is Awaken Realms. Now, Awaken Realms, I feel differently about. I have liked most of their games. I really enjoy the Nemesis games, even though they're sloppy messes. I loved Grim Coven. Let's see. I'm trying to think of some others, but I enjoyed Tainted Grail. Their reprints of Castles of Burgundy, or I got Puerto Rico the other day. Amazing, great quality, great games, well designed, just so much fun. But I always feel compelled to buy. As soon as they put something out, I back it. And that's a problem, right? Because these games are huge and they're expensive. Yet I feel compelled. You can see behind me, you can see so much Nemesis stuff over my shoulder here. And because they're so big and sloppy, I rarely get to play them. I mean, I do, but it requires a conscious effort. So, they're a Flypaper publisher, even though I like their stuff. And the number 1 I'm putting down here is Garfield Games. Now, I thought of Stonemaier Games. They're kind of my one prime, because I always buy what they put out, too. But Garfield is the one that that really kind of inspired this list, because they put out a game on Kickstarter called Spirited, and I backed it. I hate this game. I've played it. I played it on Board Game Arena, and it's not all that much fun. It's got a lot of weird terms. It's got weird signals, symbols. I don't think I even like the game very much. I played it lots of times just to make sure I didn't like it. Because, on Board Game Arena, it's easy. And maybe the final version will be better. And that's kind of what I was hoping for when I backed it. But I find myself, just because this publisher has put something out, I find myself compelled to buy it, even though I think I don't like it. And that's a problem. And as I'm sitting here thinking, I'm thinking, why don't I go and cancel my pledge? Because I don't really like the game. And maybe I will. I hope I do. It's nothing against them. I mean, they make some good games, but when I think about it, I really like Raiders of the North Sea. I like Shipwrights of the North Sea, the new version. I liked West Kingdom Architects. I like West Kingdom, not Paladins so much, but the third one that I can't remember the name of. I hated almost all of the West Kingdom games. I found them way too complicated. They use these weird symbols, and they don't explain them all. I hate that in games. And I liked some of their, I really like Anarchy and Hadrian's Wall. So, I mean, about half and half, I guess, with their games. Yet, when they put something out, I buy it. I just do. I love Scarbray. But I've really hated some of their games, too. And I don't like Spirited. Yet, if you were to go to my Kickstarter right now, I bet you'll see me as a backer. And that's because this company is Flypaper for me. I stick to it until I die. Anyway, that's kind of a negative list, and I apologize for that. Next time I'll be back with a game that I enjoy called Forestry. But sometimes it's fun to talk about things that are a problem for me. These are personal problems for me. But I bet you have some Flypaper in your life, too. I'd love to hear about it if you want to leave a comment, or just think about it and tell your friends, whatever you want to do. Anyway, that's all I've got for you tonight. My name was Kyle. This is Wednesday Whimsy. Until next week, I will wish you safe travels, encourage when you need it, and I hope to see you back again next week for another episode of Wednesday Whimsy. Bye-bye.